Hello guys, how's everybody doing? I hope all is well with you and your families. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Nancy and let's get into it, guys. So guys, one thing I have realized this year, this 2022 alone, is that change is hard. Transitioning is very hard. It's very difficult. You know, I've gone through so many changes in my entire life till this point, but you know, there were maybe gradual changes, and you know, sometimes I would see the changes immediately. Sometimes it took a while for me to see the change. But this year, I felt it. I felt every change, and I have come to realize that really transitioning to anything is very difficult. It's very hard. Well, it's either, for me, what I've learned, it's either I build a wall because I want to avoid the issue or the matter at hand, or I'm going to face it. And I think why I build a wall is because maybe in my case, I don't want to let go of the control, or I don't want to let go of the routines, the familiar, the habits that was created in that during that time. So even though I know that the change is good, the resistance to that change makes it harder because I'm so used to my beliefs at that time. I'm so used to the familiar that it's so hard to change to the unknown because I wouldn't know what's coming. So, oh, yes. Transitioning is hard, guys. I know you know it if you went through it already. So let's get into this subject. Now, if you have been watching my videos, well, thank you for the few of you who watch my videos and, you know, leave a comment here and there. I see it. And some of you email me privately. Thank you. And I appreciate you. So, you already know that my daughter moved out. She's now an independent lady, and we are so proud of her. So it's another transitioning that is in play right now. Oh, by the way, I found my keys. Guys, it's so funny. My daughter came to me. She was playing in the morning while I was getting ready to go to church. And she came to me and said, "Mommy, I'm your hero." I said, "What happened?" She said, "Guess what I found?" I was like, "What?" She said, "I found your keys." I was like, "Oh, yes, you are my hero." I said, "Where did you find it?" They were in her toy box. I'll show you. I'll insert a thing because I had to say, "Show me where you found it." I want to make sure I was not going crazy because this key situation was driving me crazy. But I thank God we found the keys. So yeah, I didn't. Nobody really looked in the toy box because really, how would they get in the toy box? But anyway, we found the keys. So guys, if you are a parent, especially a mom, you know that when your kids are small, when they are little, it's always going to be mommy this, mommy that, mommy, 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 mommy. And you automatically become this human savior, this important human being. You are the doctor, you are the nurse, you are the cook, you are the cleaner, you are the maid, you are a servant, you are everything to these kids, a therapist, you name it, you are it, you are that. So, because you are that, at that moment, you feel important. Like, oh, wow, I have these human beings that love me so much. They appreciate everything that I do. Oh, thank you, mommy. I love you, mommy. And this, you know, things like that. So you get accustomed to this type of living, you know. Then the kids grow up. They are now adult kids. The roles are reversed. Now it's your turn. You're like, oh, let's get along, please. Let's have a sound relationship. Let's go and eat. You are begging now. You are the beggar now. And this is not for everybody, I know. This is only for people who can relate to what I'm talking about, because I know families are different. I'm just telling you my story, guys. So yeah, the roles are reversed in my situation and my husband. Now it seems like I want the relationship. Let's get along. Let's get to know each other. Who are you? Know me. Let's have some lunch. Let's do this. Let's do this. So the roles are reversed. As much as I am so super excited about my daughter moving out and having her own place, there's also that teeny tiny part of me that is kind of like anxious as a mom, as a parent, like, I don't know the feeling. It's more like a loneliness or sadness, knowing that part of you, that person you have tried to raise to be a good citizen, a good human being, is now out by themselves, So there is that feeling that comes and says, and worry a little bit, but I have to remind myself that I was only a steward over my kids, and the rest is in God's hands now. So, but yeah, it's that resistant part of me that wants to not accept that, oh well, she's grown and she has moved on. I ask myself sometimes, like, where do time go? Time just don't wait for nobody. Because wow, 1 minute my children were small and young, the next they are big. One is in college, one is living by herself, another one is growing up. Like, wow, time is just moving, passing by. But despite everything, I'm so proud of her. We are so proud of my daughter, because despite the erroneous behavior, the ups and downs that we have gone through together, she has just proved to us that she can be an independent, capable woman, a lady that can make capable decisions, be responsible, and so forth. So I think at the end of the day, as a parent, it gives me like a sense of security that, you know what, she can make it. I did deposit something into her. Despite the ups and downs, there is something that she learned from us, and that something is, she's becoming who she is supposed to be. I can worry and stress and all that, but at the end of the day, I have to realize that, you know what, I have to let go. I was just a steward over my kids, and the rest is in God's hand. Let go and let God. I was just a steward. I did what I could do and did my best. Maybe the best wasn't good enough, but at the end of the day, even the best or the worst, God always uses that for the good of your child. So that's what I'm holding on to. Now listen, don't you think that I didn't try to make this move not to happen? I tried some things. I tried to manipulate some situation here. I'm not gonna lie. So this is what I said to her before she found her place. I said, okay, daughter, listen here. The economy is terrible. Everything is expensive. I don't know about where you live, but where I live, things are expensive. Even vinegar is expensive. A big bottle that I used to buy $2 and something is $10. What? You know, things like that is just super expensive. Anyway, so I told my daughter, I said, you know what? Things are expensive. This is what you can do. Give us $300 for your room. Wait. Don't judge. Don't go ahead of me. Just listen to what I'm going to say. So I said, give us $300 for this room. You eat what you want. You use the electricity is free. The internet is free. Everything else in this house is free. All you need to do is pay this room $300. It's better than paying $900 for a one-bedroom apartment. I had a plan, which I had presented to my husband, and my husband was like, you know what, this is a good idea. So my plan was to, if she gives us this $300 every month, we were going to open this an account in her name and save the $300. And I was hoping maybe if she stays with us for another like 5 years at least, she will get out with like at least 20,000. We'll give her this big check and say, surprise. You know what? That money you were giving us, we were just saving it. We were not eating the money. We were just saving it for you. Since we know that saving can be difficult, especially saving your own money. I am good at saving other people's money, but saving my own money, it can be a challenge. So I was like, you know what? That's the best way we can save her money. And when she decides to move out, whether she's moving out to a husband's house or she's moving out to an apartment in 5 years, at least she will have a big check of 20,000, or she doesn't even have to go and rent. She'll use that 20,000 and deposit on a condo or something. That was I thought, oh, that's brilliant. That's brilliant, lady. And my daughter said, well, she'll think about it. So I guess she put some thought to it, and then she came back and said, I would want to move out. I want to move out. I want my freedom. So I guess she weighed the situation. She said, freedom, $900. Freedom and my own rules, $900. And I guess she went with the apartment. But you know what? I don't blame her. Sometimes like I always say in my channel, if me and my daughter, we've gone through so much. So I'm so happy that she did make that choice of moving out, because if I was the trigger, if I was the I don't know what I can call, whatever I was, to block her progression, then now that she's in her own place, she can advance. We'll see where the relationship can go, because now I'm looking forward to mommy and daughter nail time, or a coffee here and there, things that we couldn't have because we are constantly in each other's face. So I'm thinking maybe now that she has her own place, we are going to have that relationship that I always pray for. So yeah, that was my thought to this. I had something, but it didn't work out. Like I always say, such is life. So I guess after she weighed the situation, saying, you know what, am I going to do the $300 or the $900 and my independence and try to figure out my life without mommy and daddy's help? You know what, I guess that's why she went with that, and we are proud of her. So yeah, anyway guys, the things that these kids sometimes they know, it amazes me, either because we are in this technology world where kids are really, really smart. Some of the things that this girl managed to do by herself, I'm amazed. Like, if I was going to be told do it when I was her age, I wouldn't be able to do it without help from my parents. She managed to get her own apartment with nobody co-signing for her. She managed to save her own deposit, buy her furniture and things like that. And the furniture, I was surprised. There was something like a Facebook market. I didn't know about this thing where you can buy some nice furniture for really good deals. This girl did it on her own. All she needed was help to move to her apartment, and that's what we did, help her move to her apartment, and everything else she did it by herself. I was like, wow. Well, that gave me actually that confidence that she can do it, because she didn't ask for anything. She said, oh, I got my deposit money. I already called the electric people to connect my lights, electricity in my apartment. I was like, what? Oh, wow. I was like, wow, you go, girl. So yeah, not worried, just surrender all to God at this point. So this whole change, I'll say this, the changes that have happened this whole entire 2022, including this change now that has happened with my daughter moving out, even the keys, me losing my own car keys, I've learned to not bury my feelings, to just learn not to bury any feeling whatsoever. Because once you bury your feelings, they will trigger something else. So many things. And then those many things will trigger other things. And you seems like you are going back in reverse again. So don't bury anything. Even the dog will now trigger you if you are not careful. That's when you know that, well, for me, that's when I knew that I'm burying something. I'm burying something. Something is bothering me inside. So I've learned to not bury anything. Don't bury your feelings. Let it out and let it go. Let it out, let go, and let God. So I look at it this way. The house is quiet. It's giving me an opportunity to dig deeper within myself, to figure out this new relationship that is now has come to play between me and my daughter. How do I fit in now in her new life? So it's giving me this opportunity to go within, to make sure I'm not overstepping boundaries, not texting or calling too much, just like how I did it with my son when he went off to college. So it's just making me go deeper within this quiet time, that now that the house is really extremely quiet, I'm just going deeper within myself now. And the other thing is, well, the grocery list is smaller, so it makes it a little bit cheaper. So that's a positive thing that I can look at. Although I'm wondering if this Thanksgiving is going to be the same Thanksgiving as years back, because, you know, I would cook for my family, and the Thanksgiving I'll be just sleeping because I'm so tired cooking. And at least my son and his friends will eat the food, so I would know the food wouldn't last more than 3 days because they would eat that food. But this year he's not coming because the following week after Thanksgiving they are already starting their exams, end of year exams, so I know he's not coming. And my daughter, she's at her place. She says she might be cooking and we might go over, so that would be nice. So I don't know if I'm going to cook this Thanksgiving. Maybe I'll just cook a little bit, because already I'm gonna house hop at people's houses. Maybe two of my friends have invited us, so we might go there. I don't know. So this Thanksgiving is not looking like a it's not giving me, but hey, still we are thankful to God for a wonderful year despite the ups and downs. We are just thankful for it also. We'll see. I think I'll just cook a little bit, because you don't want to go to people's house and eat and then come back and you're hungry, because you don't want to be taking people's food, because the people who cooked the food, she or they don't want to be cooking the whole entire next week, so you don't want to be taking so much leftovers from people's house. So I might just cook just in case. If we don't get so much leftovers, at least we have food in the house. So Yeah, but so guys, if you are in a similar situation, just have faith, just have hope, have faith that, you know what, whatever you taught your child will come to play in their independent life. You know, everything that you've been training them to become this better human being, it will just ring a bell and it will just play its role in their lives. That's all you can do. Just surrender, let go, and let God. And one thing I've learned though is that life never stays the same. It seems like things keep moving along and changing. It's like keeps on going. And it's just up to you as a person to decide whether you want to balance and be stable in this ever-changing life. So for me, I just let go and let them be and not intervene in every single thing in their lives. I stay positive. I try to stay positive in every situation and try to stay busy. Look at the positive in everything that I do. I intentionally try to do that. I keep in touch with my children. I don't overly text or call. I make it a point where I make it normal, or maybe once a week, like once a week or twice a week, just text or call just to, you know, hear if they're okay. I'm going to try not to do that as much and give them that space so that when they need me, they will call, than me just like calling or texting all the time. So I've trained myself to do it once in a while, which is once in a week. And I thank God that I still have a little one in the house, so that makes me stay busy too. But also it has given us an opportunity to prep ourselves to know that, oh well, this little one is also growing up and soon you'll be really empty nesters. So what would you do then? Are you going to now establish a relationship with your husband or him with you, or you're going to start prepping yourself? So we'll just use this opportunity also to reconnect as a husband and wife, since now we know that, oh wow, really when a child moves out, there is this shift that goes along. So now, because we have experienced this shift and we know how it feels, we are just using this opportunity now that to reconnect even more, so that when when our younger daughter grows up and also decides to say bye-bye, you know, we already know what's coming. So we're not just gonna sit and be surprised by the whole entire thing. Well, guys, this is it for today. I hope you get something out of this and you have a blessed week. I will see you in my next video. Thank you. Bye.